What's up, Suicidal Grinders? And well, you're very unfortunate because you're tuning into the first episode of the Suicidal Grind Lounge, and we're going to talk about cars today, as you can probably see by the title and the the thumbnail that I totally didn't craft in 2 seconds. But yeah. Uh, this is a little bit of a slow start to the podcast because really I've been really thinking, like, what the fuck did I think of when I wanted to start a podcast, but here we are. So I should just delve into the first topic, which is, well, obviously I will talk about my favorite car. And my favorite car.
What's your favorite car?
My favorite car is a Plymouth Roadrunner, specifically like this 1969 one. Not because of the year or the number, but because of the looks. You know, you have the headlights. You know, I know the headlights are basically the same in the front on every single one, but the Plymouth Roadrunner 1969 back headlights. Oh my god, have you ever seen something like that? I don't think you have.
I have.
And I just like it because it's like a dart. It's like a Dodge Dart but on cocaine, and that's basically why I like it, because I already love darts, and the Plymouth Roadrunner 1969 is basically just that times two with a lot of more horsepower, and I like it because it's fast and it sounds good. You know, you go brrr, brrr. It's a really fun car, you know, because you can really do anything, because you know you have the car mods for it. It's so endless. If you live in America, you know, where it's legal, you can have all kinds of hood scoops and spoilers, and there's so many body kits for them, and the engine thing, you know, the when you have the engine outside of the hood, and that's like the best, you know.
Is that like legal in Sweden?
I don't think so. I don't think modding.
Oh fuck, dude.
No, actually, there's a lot of car mods on cars in Sweden, so it probably is legal. At least cosmetic, like actually, I know a lot of cars with like. There's been cars with like 600 horsepower in the car meets here, like muscle cars with so many horsepower, it's unnecessary. So yeah, I think car mods are just legal here. I don't think they're necessarily anything, you know, they're nothing you need to worry about being in Sweden. At least not for now.
The new Dodge Dart looks garbage.
The new
I
Dodge
just searched it up.
What? The Dodge Dart. What year? 20.
Just search up Dodge Dart.
2021?
Put a year.
What the hell? That's not even a Dart. That's an SRT. Oh no! Let's not talk about that. Actually, we're not Good Mythical Morning. We don't talk about that. And anyways, because I had to witness what the new Dodge Dart looks like, I'm going to head on to the next topic, which is our favorite car game. And after that, I'm going to rant a little bit of like the history behind my upgrowing and how I came to be the kind of car lover that I really am, because I don't really talk much about my car enthusiasm unless I have like a video or something.
What car?
Well, what car game specifically is what you should be questioning yourself. My favorite car game, I mean, it's not gonna be like a hard guess. I think even you could guess what my favorite car game is.
What can I guess?
Sure.
Is it Forza Horizon 2?
Oh, I wonder. It's no.
Am I right?
It's the Forza. It's the entire Forza Horizon series. Like everything.
Bro, you gotta be more specific.
Of course, but my favorite game is Forza Horizon. You know, period. I like the first I like the first one a lot more for the map, but I like the second one a lot more for the driving because it's easier to drive in that one. And you're literally blinding out my mic so they can't hear me when I'm talking right now. I don't know what you
I
did there.
can't put anything on my desk.
Yeah, because you
Like I
have
throw
your.
a pick on my desk. That's probably like ear raping.
That's that. It sounded like you dropped your phone or something.
I put the water bottle on my desk. For ear rape.
It sounds like you smash your desk. Like, you know, it's not natural. You need to put your
Okay.
mic somewhere. Please stop. Okay. But yeah,
I'm trying
Forza
not to.
Horizon 1 for the basically graphics and I don't really care for the story, but the races were more fun in Forza Horizon 1, and Forza Horizon 2 is just easier to drive the cars because they literally every car when you have a full upgrade handles like very good. It's so easy to turn the cars in Forza Horizon 2. I don't know how to describe it. You have to try it yourself to understand what I mean, pretty much. You have to compare. And I'm talking about the Xbox 360 version specifically. So, my opinions. My opinion might be affected by the Xbox 360. I don't know if cars handle different on the Xbox 360 from the Xbox One. Probably
Probably
not.
not.
Yeah, but I've seen some Forza Horizon 3 content. I've just watched some screen shares of my boyfriend playing, and but that's really it. I've seen some videos here and there, and we're gonna talk a little more about that later on. What I've seen and Forza Horizon 4. I mean, I've seen a couple stuff. I haven't really. I have seen even less of it, but I know that it's still probably good for me. But
It's like the same game as like Forza Horizon 3.
yeah, except I don't really enjoy the snow part of the game. So
Snow's cool.
I know you said it's like based on what time you play it in, but I dislike that. So unless it's in Japan, then I wouldn't dislike it. But that's for Forza Horizon 5, am I right? Conspiracy theory, woo! But yeah, what's your favorite car game?
I don't know. Probably like Horizon 1 or Forza Motorsport 4.
Yeah,
As much as you hate that Forza Motorsport 4.
no, I don't hate Forza Motorsports. I am literally just trolling because I haven't played Forza Motorsport as much. I played 2 and 3 for the Xbox 360, and that's basically it. 4 I've never even seen, I'm pretty sure.
It just has the biggest car list in the game. You can
Wait, is
like
it on Xbox
drive like a
360?
Prius. Yeah, it's on 360.
I like how out of literally every car you could have mentioned, you mentioned the fucking Prius.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like the one
That's
game that has
not
the Prius.
that's not the
That's fun.
selling point of a Forza Motorsport.
Okay,
It's like the funniest thing you could have said. A fucking Prius. You know what's the selling point for me? It would be driving the Volvo and putting like wait, could I put a Dodge Charger engine in a Volvo?
no, you can only swap engines from the same brand. So, I mean,
Oh, okay. Well, that's
yeah,
kind of shit. Anyways, is there Koenigsegg in the game?
there's like two. There's like
Okay,
a race car version and there's like a normal
that's good enough for me.
Koenigsegg.
If there's a Koenigsegg, it's a good racing game, no matter how shitty it plays.
Koenigsegg.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, we both pretty much share the same favorite game because Forza Horizon. Am I right? But I
Yep.
guess I'm gonna uh, let you relax your talk buds. I don't know what they're called, vocal cords, because uh, it's time for me to explain why I'm like this, why I'm so fucking stupid, and why I like cars for some damn reason. Well, my first car game. What do you think my first car game was? It wasn't Forza. At least I can
We
tell you
should
that.
we should say our first car games. Both of ours.
Yeah,
I don't know what's your first part. It's probably something on the PS2. Gran
yeah.
Turismo.
Gran Turismo is probably my second car game. Yeah, it is my second car game ever. but I think you can guess my first. It's not that hard. Keep in mind, I've grown. I've alive since the 2000.
I don't know, dude. I didn't have a PS2.
Well,
I don't know what games are on the PS.
my first well, my first
Oh,
car
I know
game
now.
was Need for Speed Underground 2, to be specific.
Dude, you got a good game.
Mhm.
I had a shitty.
But I actually didn't play it myself. I played it at my friend's place, so that was my first time playing a car game. And I always had, because of that game, because I already liked cars a lot, I always wanted to go to my friend so I could like drive a car that I had like pimped out on a profile I had, and I would just drive it all the time, dude. I barely wanted to let my friend play the game because I was like, oh no, I want to play. I have like a super cool car. Oh my god, you're so dumb. So yeah, that's my first, my first, then my second. I see here. Wait, can you guess which Gran Turismo was my second car game?
2, 3, I don't know.
4. That's why I have such an attachment to it. And that's why I'm so biased towards it, because it's literally my first Gran Turismo, and I will love it to this day. Gran Turismo 4. Oh my god, what a game! You should try it if you haven't. You can probably
I've never played
you can probably
Gran Turismo.
you can probably even emulate it on a laptop that runs on a fucking HP ProBook processor, because it's I mean, it's not like a heavy game. But yeah, it's really good. So what's your first car game?
You don't know it at all, but I got Jeep Thrills.
Mm,
Do you know that game?
I feel like I've
You
heard of
should
it.
Google it. It's a game where you race Jeeps. It was on the Wii in the PS2.
I mean,
Bro, it's a god tier.
it looks probably like a fun game. You're off-roading, and I know you like off-roading, so
You're not really off-roading. You're racing Jeeps, dude.
I mean, they are literally off-road on literally every single. I mean, they're on a dirt road, which I count as off-roading.
That game was actually really hard, though.
What was
Had
your
shitty graphics and it was really hard.
what was your second or like first like like recognizable?
My second game? Wait. I'm gonna check what my second game. I don't know what name it is.
What? So I guess I should entertain y'all. If you're listening this far, and enjoy it, you can probably leave a comment and ask questions. We can answer. Probably ask more questions for him, because you know more about me than him. So, anyways, what is it?
It's a Speed Racer, the video game, bro. It's like
What kind of fucking speed?
yeah, I didn't have like an actual series.
Oh, that's like, oh, that anime is really fun.
Is that an anime?
Yeah, there's a
Wait, it came out
anime
on
of
the
it.
DS. I'm gonna pirate that.
Oh my god, was that on the Wii?
It was on the Wii.
That looks like a Super Mario Kart. Holy shit, this guy's going 367 miles per hour.
Yeah, you go fucking fast.
That's like faster than the Koenigsegg. Yeah, another game I remember being one of my earlier car games was Smuggler's Run.
What the fuck is that?
Smuggler's Run is basically a Rockstar racing game for the PlayStation 2.
Rock. Oh, I thought you meant like actual Rockstar until I heard it.
No, it's by the same company that made GTA.
I thought you meant like actual Rockstar. Like, what the fuck?
Smuggler's Run, which is PlayStation 2, is basically you drive these off-roading cars and race, but there's also like missions where you like deliver like cargo, but you're smuggling it. So it's like, you know, you can get killed by people in that game. You can die. But
Bro, what was your first racing game on the Xbox 360?
that's easily Forza Horizon or
What?
what's it called? The other, yeah, because I started playing Xbox 360 in 2013. You know.
Bro, I started playing the 360 in like 2011.
Yeah, but you were like 10.
Yeah.
Anyways, um, what was I playing? What was I playing? What was I playing? What was I playing? There was this other game where you like crash into the other people that you race against.
Burnout Paradise.
No, it Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer is also one of the first racing games on Xbox 360. Probably, I probably actually that one I got before Forza Horizon. So that I actually got that like day one. That's what like what one of my first games. I remember that, and I mean then it's probably Forza Horizon, and you know the rest is history. And it's probably gonna keep being history because well, you know. But I want to delve some more into like Gran Turismo area. What I did,
I have no idea on that.
well, I'm gonna tell you what I did in Gran Turismo 4. What I did is I basically had like this save that, well, totally was my save. Uh, Totally my save game, you know. Totally not, you know, I totally didn't cheat or anything, so I could get every car and every track. Uh, but I would just take my favorite car, which back then was in that game, it was the Plymouth Barracuda Gran Turismo 4. And I mean,
Joel, shut up. Shut up, my.
don't do that,
My
please.
phone.
But yeah, that car, I loved it in Gran Turismo 4. And I used to basically just take that and other muscle cars and just race on the longest track because it was like it took like 10 minutes to play, and which is actually the world's longest racing track. It's like the German one, you know.
Oh, the Nuremberg.
The Nuremberg. That sounds like the fucking.
Nuremberg.
So that sounds like the Muppet that tries to speak like Swedish. Like Nuremberg.
Nuremberg.
Nürburgring. Burger
Oh,
King.
it's
It's the Burger King road.
Burger King ring.
Yeah, but it's a really good race, and it's got a lot of turns, and it's pretty long, so it takes a while. But I think that's pretty much it for my childhood in games, because that's pretty much the games I played as my childhood. I mean, otherwise than that, I played like Grand Theft Auto, and Grand Theft Auto, I've always cared more about the cars than the guns and the killing in Grand Theft Auto. You know why? Because I love cars. So, speaking of loving cars, I will talk some about my favorite part about cars, which I mean is it's a little bit specific. It's like everything. So, I just wasted your time. No, joking. My favorite car is obviously how there's like endless customization for most cars that I like because I'm into anything from the typical tuner cars to, you know, the muscle cars and so on. And
Muscle.
most muscle
American.
cars have like parts you can upgrade them with and body kits, and not even like I don't even mean like you know body kits that look like sports car body kits. I mean like the rounded edges of like a Buick, if you know what I mean. Those kind of body kits, and you can make fucking the engines. My favorite part about muscle cars, especially, is the sound of that fucking Cube V8.
Oh yeah, I like that sound.
Especially the fucking Plymouth Roadrunner V8, which I'm going to play a little sound clip off here. Row 69 Burnout. I will turn on the so you can also hear it. Okay, this is let's see, a 440 Plymouth Roadrunner 440 1969 drag Burnout. They basically sound the same anyways. This is my favorite sound. Oh, oops. Just gotta skip to the car. And I also love the stationary sound of you know.
Bro, that was so illegal.
Bro, that was so illegal. The most. Of course. But it looked like a
drag Burnout, and I was like, oh, drag. I know he's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, but I feel like most of the people that live there probably are fine with it because there were like a Corvette on the other side of the road and there were like 2 Dodge Darts on the same street, so they're probably car people, all of them. Oh yeah, the sound is obviously a big part of a car, so I guess you could also give your little favorite part about cars, you know?
Oh, my favorite part about cars? It's like when they go fast. I know. It's fun.
That's probably a good reason why you like Forza Horizon.
Have you gone go-karting before?
No.
The fuck, dude?
So thing is, for me,
it's expensive.
I guess, thank you for giving me more content, by the way, because this gives me something to talk about other than car YouTubers and then just ending it. So basically, go-karts for me is not the same as driving a car, because it's like...
Have you driven a go-kart?
No, but it doesn't feel the same. Looking at a go-kart, I don't feel like I'm sitting in a car, you know?
Yeah, but it's still fun. It's still...
I don't want to drive a go-kart. I want to drive a Dodge cart. You know? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Dodge cart. Oh yeah, I mean, I've only really mentioned like older muscle cars, but if I had mentioned like a sports car, I would own probably a 98 Toyota Supra, even though those are not cheap, and you know, they're pretty much
they just
extinct.
keep rising up in price.
And the AE 86, 85, not the 86, the AE 85, you know,
that's also expensive.
Trano, I know. What else? More modern muscle car would probably be, I know, such a typical choice, but the Corvette from 2014, I'm gonna say it, or the Hellcat, either of those, I would really rather own. And you know why I would rather own a Hellcat over a Demon?
Because it's cooler. It's like louder.
No, a Demon is literally the most... It has a 900 horsepower last time I checked. A Demon. A Dodge Charger Demon. And that's like... The only reason I don't like it is because of the horsepower being so high. I don't feel like I would be comfortable driving that. So the Hellcat is like my limit. in terms of horsepower. I would be so scared being the fucking behind the wheel of a demon, because basically if I just nudge the gas pedal a little too hard, it's gonna go flying on me. It's gonna go. You know, the Hellcat already does that, so it's more than enough for me.
You should drive a go-kart. They're so
I know,
fun.
but I don't want to really. I honestly don't have go karts. They're not really. They're not really doing anything for me. Go karts don't really have any appeal. I don't see any appeal in them. Yeah.
Dude, the thing with go-karts is because whenever I race, I'm usually racing with my dad, right? But my dad has been like go-karting since like the 1960s. So he's like so fast, he's like so
Since
good,
the
he always beats me.
1960s. Did he go kart as a fucking baby? Fucking when he was born as a fucking fetus, they put him in a go kart. It's like, oh,
He used to go-kart as a kid. So that's what he's telling me, and that's why he beats everyone. It's like
of
so
course.
easily.
Because he's good at it. You know, he's probably good at driving real cars too. But I want to talk some about car YouTubers, which obviously I will first mention the oldest one I really recall watching, like a real YouTuber that's like enthusiastic about cars. Apart from like TC Gaming, whatever the fuck they were called, you might recognize that name.
Oh, that Tomcat guy.
Yeah. Apart from that guy, I didn't really watch him that much. I watched like 20 videos in the span of like 3 months, and then I never watched him again. But someone I did watch for a couple years actually is Spears the Amazing HD, and this guy, not only was he a car enthusiast about car games, because he played Forza Horizon 2 when he was new on the Xbox One, and which is also a reason why I know that the Xbox 360 version has less free roaming abilities, because in the Xbox One version you can even crash through the fucking rails and everything, and barriers and shit, you know, like proper like concrete like walls. But not
Bro,
big
I've literally
ones.
never heard of that channel. Fuck are you
But
talking
Spears the
about?
Amazing HD is a guy based in Nova Scotia, Canada. He might have moved, and this Canadian guy, I think he just had a Bumblebee Dodge Charger, like a Super Bee. He had a Super Bee, yeah, for like the longest time, and I watched him drive it in his like first GoPro video of it. My first videos of him driving it. We should watch that actually after this. And I pretty much followed him up until the point he got a Hellcat, and then I stopped watching for a little bit, and now I haven't watched him since. But he also did a lot of gaming, as I mentioned, so I watched his series of My Summer Car. You might have heard of it. It's a game based in Finland where you could build a car and get yelled at. Actually, you get cursed at by Finnish guys, and you basically clean out the shit drain out of people's shit drains. And it's a pretty realistic game in terms of car mechanics. You have to fill up the gas, and you have to build the engine and everything like that. You really have to maintain your car to drive it.
So much work.
Yeah, but it's a really fun game, and I would probably play it sometime if I ever get the chance to, and probably live stream it. But that's for the future when I build a proper PC that can last a long time. But yeah, I watched him pretty much up until the point he moved into his new house, which by new I mean like 2017, 2018. So anyone who watches and knows this guy is probably gonna be like, oh, okay, he probably moved again. For I remember when he started his fucking GoPro Dodge Super Bee videos in the fucking garage, and you just hear him turn on the fucking, even just a Super Bee is enough for me, because you hear him turn on and it goes and the fucking entire parking lot, because it's like a underground parking lot where he lived in like an apartment area. The fucking entire underground parking lot was like vibrating. And I love that, because that was like the best So that's why I'm so obsessed with like Dodge engine sounds and like the Mopar side of things more than the Chevy. Though, if I could, I would own like a Chevy, anything really, anything muscle car from Chevy. That's back in the day, like old 60s to 70s, you know. But apart from that, I haven't really watched any car channels up until recently when my car enthusiasm has been really lived again, which I should thank my boyfriend for because I mean, if I didn't play Forza, I wouldn't really have cared for cars that much anymore.
We have no other game to play.
Yeah, because you don't have Xbox Live and I don't have money, so I can't buy any games. And I mean, you don't have money either, so that's the funny part. But if you did, it would be like awesome. You should like get a job or something so we can play other
You
games.
should like get like an Xbox.
Yeah, I know, but with what money? Am I right? But anyways, yeah. So my car enthusiasm was recently relived, although I did have it like relived in 2020 by my ex trans girlfriend, and because I mean she was into cars a lot and their
yeah.
favorite car I think was a Corvette, and I mean shit, look where that got me. I want the Corvette now. You know, and only I mean to only emphasize, because of the reliving of like stuff, I accidentally bumped into this guy yesterday when I was screen sharing to my boyfriend here. I accidentally bumped into a YouTuber that I'm actually quite obsessed with now already. Day one, you know, called Blade
yeah.
Angel, and I don't remember even what the first video I saw yesterday from him was. Why do I have so much shit in my throat? Holy shit.
Yeah, I've known that guy for a long time. That Bladed Angel guy. I don't know.
Yeah,
when
you
I
have,
found
but
him.
I haven't. Oh, okay. Here it is. So, it started with us watching like a General Lee stunt thing, and
Oh, yeah.
and because of that, I got like a recommended like 5 most annoying types of car guys, and we watched that. We got some intel on what this guy said, and I mean, yeah, I have met some of them. I don't recall which ones, but I've seen them, and you know, it doesn't make sense unless you're at a car show, not a car meet, you know, to be any of these really. Well, some of them
Wait,
make
what's the difference between a car show and a car?
a car meet. You're just meeting up with a bunch of dudes, and you're basically just hanging out. A car show, it's like a organized event where there's professionals that rate your car and you can win prizes. Sometimes it's podiums and sometimes it's money, and sometimes you can
Money.
maybe even win cars, you know. So that's why people don't like those professionals, quotation mark by the way, at car meets, if you know what I mean. And then we obviously saw the recommended video at the end of that one of the Weeb Vet Rises, where this man has recently turned his car into a Fire Emblem character, and honestly, I don't blame him because it looks fucking sick. And the funniest thing is when he says like, "Oh, it's just like the game." So weird saying like, "Oh, it's like Forza." And that's like the funniest thing is like me and my boyfriend all the time. We always say like, "Oh, that's like Forza," and this game does it like unironically with a
It's
real
like Forza
car.
in real life.
Yeah, that's what he said, but we always joke about it. And it's so funny to see someone actually like, "Oh my god, it's just like Forza Horizon, dude." But then we actually found out why he said that because we watched probably a video that should have 1 million views. You should watch this if you're listening this far. By Bladed Angel, you should watch Why I'll Always Love Forza Horizon 3, which is a great video. It had a big plot twist. It's like an anime where mid fucking anime, there's like the biggest plot twist where shit goes deep. and I did not expect it because it came out of nowhere. He just started talking about some shit that, I mean, I don't necessarily relate to because I do not have that exact kind of uh,
Don't spoil it.
uh, problems, but you should just watch it and you will understand. It's a really good one. And then I mean, I watched him ranking every Gran Turismo game and every Need for Speed, which Gran Turismo we've talked about. He ranked them a lot nicer than the Need for Speed, because Need for Speed we got a lot of laughs, if you know what I mean. And
Need for Speed.
funnily
Most
enough, my boyfriend probably thought that he was gonna rate the run as like a bad game because everyone says it's a bad game. But no, he actually said it was pretty fun, even though it's a very short game. And you know, he's right. It is a pretty fun game. Though I will have to tell you, the most embarrassing part about Need for Speed, the run related to me. You know what that is?
Hmm.
I have played it on Xbox 360, but I did not complete it on Xbox 360. You want to know what console I played and completed the run on?
Hmm.
Wii.
Oh,
Have
I know
you
the game on the
seen?
3DS.
Have
It's
you
like completely
seen
different.
how it looks on the fucking Wii? It's probably the same as the 3DS. Because
I mean,
both.
for a long time, I didn't complete that game. I just played it for like 2 seconds.
It's not great in terms of graphics, but it's a really fun game. You have cars that are cool, but you don't have this story really. You just have normal races and it doesn't make any sense really. And I don't really like that because why is there normal races? The story actually sucks ass in the Wii version, in my opinion, but the gameplay was really fun. So it's still an S tier game for me because I don't really care that much for storytelling, anyways, unless it's like an anime or something.
Wait, did you
So
play with like the Wii racing wheel thing? Like
no, actually,
the motion sensor? How do you turn?
oh no, no. I turned with the fucking nunchuck.
That's so weird.
Yeah, and, but it's the same thing as holding your as basically having uh, a third of an Xbox controller. You know, that's basically the same thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for gaming. And in terms of cars, I mean, the only really thing I can add here more is like I've been to a lot of car meets in real life where they have old American cars because that's like a trend here in Sweden where probably a couple 100,000 to a million of the Swedish inhabitants uh, of pretty much all races as well. We enjoy muscle cars and glider cars, I guess you can call them. That's what we call them in Sweden. We call them like cruising cars, you know, those like big, bulky 1955 Roadmaster Buick, like my dad car had. Yeah,
Mm.
and the Chevy Bel Air, like you know, those are mostly used for cruising and not really racing, you know. But you know, just cruising around. But we obviously see those 5,000 horsepower muscle cars there too. Obviously, 5,000 is an exaggeration, but you know, we see those cars there a lot, and well, it's a all around great time because you know you just get around with people who are like minded, and I never really met any of those. Bad car meet people, but I've seen them. I've seen them from a distance. I just never interact with them because if I notice someone's a piece of shit, I'm not gonna interact with them if I have the choice not to. So, I mean, why would you? You know. There's only like one bad interaction, which I'm not gonna bring up for personal reasons, but it's really whatever. And I really miss going to car meets because you don't really have those in Sweden anymore because of all the laws and prohibitions with COVID, and you can't really meet. So it kind of sucks, but we'll get back eventually, and
Yeah.
hopefully get some cars going. I know you in you guys in America still have car meets, but that's because
Yeah, I never go to them because like
that's
my
because
dad lives out of state.
yeah, but that's because you
And
Americans never care about anything. Silly Americans and not even following COVID regulations. Oh my god.
just wear masks.
Yeah, but have you seen some of the people in your country? There's a lot of
It's a
people in your
big
country
country.
that don't wear masks. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, but it depends on the part of the country.
I'm
Where I live, it's like mask is like mandatory. If you go out without a mask, you're gonna get so judged. Like,
I don't think you should be required to have a mask outdoors because outdoors is so much different. But we're not going to talk about masking right now. We're going to talk about cars. Um,
car.
but on that note, we're not really going to be talking about cars because I think it's been 40 minutes and I don't really have any more to say unless you
I
have
like
an
the
idea.
Cars movie.
Do you have another topic and idea?
I like
You
the
wanna
Cars
talk?
movie, dude. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, hey, we can actually talk about movies.
NASCAR.
That's like the last part we can talk about. Okay, so for me, what's your favorite car movie?
Bro, Cars.
Of course, I have two favorite car movies, and the reason I will actually explain why there's two of them. The reason is because both of these are equally good to me, and if you say otherwise, if you say that one of them is not as good because of the actor, I will literally give you a wedgie. I will put your pants over your head. I mean your underpants. Because you are objectively fucking wrong if you don't agree. My two favorite car movies is one, Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. For one reason, obviously the fucking movie. The story in the fucking movie, it's great. Paul Walker was at his best in that movie. I don't care what you think about the other movies he's been in. Paul Walker was at his absolute A game, at top game off the line. His best acting in Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift is basically what made me into Japanese culture because when I saw those Japanese tuner cars drifting, sliding around, I was fucking into them. And the acting is super great. It's an triple S tier movie. And the same goes for another movie which I think is very underrated and more people should appreciate, which is
What
called Gone in 60 Seconds with the head star of the show, Nicolas Cage. It's
What movie is that? I've never heard of that movie.
I can explain the story without spoiling it because honestly, you should maybe watch it. It's an action-packed car movie about this guy, which is obviously I'm gonna call him Nicholas because I don't actually know his name in the movie. So it's funny because my little favorite movie has the same name as my boyfriend.
My name.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because that I mean, I will literally every time I hear your full name, I will associate it with this movie. And basically, what I really love about the movie is it starts out basically this random guy. He's like carjacking person, and he's set on a mission to carjack a Shelby GT500, and we're talking about like the muscle car from back in the day, like the 70s and 60s, late 60s, 70s, or something like that. I don't remember the name of it. It has a name, and there's actually like replicas, and replicas of this car goes for, well, I think we can both establish that replicas of any movie car go for way too much damn money, you know? It's called Eleanor.
Back to the Future.
It's called Eleanor. Eleanor, or yeah, the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 from 1967. The Eleanor car. it brought my love for muscle cars to the fucking roof, because he has to carjack this thing, and he has to drive through like so many roads, and he has like stuff in the way. It's like I haven't watched this video in so long. Movie in so long. I need to rewatch it like sometime soon, probably with my boyfriend, like next weekend,
Mm.
because it's a really good movie and we should definitely watch it. But oh yeah, and one of the scenes are actually in Route 66, like so, like basically the Cars movie. But
Really,
yeah,
that's cool.
I think we're gonna wrap it up there for the Suicidal Grind Lounge. So if you enjoy me talking about cars for 45 minutes, boy, are you gonna enjoy me talking about other stuff for probably an hour or maybe less. 20 minutes, anything really. We don't really have a time limit or a time exceed limit, uh, or like a least amount of time, except like 20 minutes at least. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this first part of the Suicide Ground Lounge, and I hope you enjoyed. And go watch Tokyo Drift if you haven't seen it, and then watch Gone in 60 Seconds if you haven't seen it. And basically, have a good day, and I don't know, look at car videos.